Hello, Mr. Jaja. All right. Okay. Beautiful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zones. It is accurate connection, and we're grateful to God Almighty for sparing our lives, for keeping us up to this moment. And first and foremost, I would like to appreciate our global president in the person of Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmos. We are very grateful, sir, for all you do for humanity. Thank you for bringing the global clusters our way. And I would like to also thank our global first lady in the person of Chief Motunrayo Badmos. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for allowing our boss to run his thing. Thank you for supporting him. And I would like to thank Noble Clusterians. I would like to thank Dr. Mary Odedzari. I can see you. Thank you for all you do. God bless you. And I spotted Mr. Folabi not quite long. Thank you for standing by. And I would like to appreciate our own spokesperson, Madam Colette. We have been collecting good things from you. You have been giving us accurate information, connection. You have been sharing a whole lot with us. And I am very, very certain that everyone watching or listening will definitely be glad they did because this meeting promises to be an awesome one. Trust me. And right about now, let's quickly have our video. Host, please kindly play our accurate information connection video, please. Thank you.
Human connection is the heartbeat of progress. Welcome to the Connections Revolution. In a world that often feels disconnected, this movement celebrates the power of relationships. At Global Clusters, we are here to foster meaningful connections that go beyond the surface. Connections that inspire, support, and unite. By prioritizing empathy, active listening, and shared experiences, we can create a culture of care and belonging. Together, we build networks that strengthen communities and transform lives. Think about it. Every handshake, every smile, every conversation holds the potential to change someone's world. When we embrace the connections revolution, we make every relationship a step toward unity. So this is your moment to join the movement that changes the world, one act of compassion at a time. Visit theglobalclusters.org to be part of the connection revolution. Stay tuned for the latest updates, events, and insights. Remember, every meeting, every connection matters. Together, we can make humanity thrive. Connect, empower, thrive.
Yes, connect, empower, thrive. Connect, empower, thrive. It is accurate connection once more, and we're going to dive in quickly into what we have for today. Quickly, I would like to say that Ambassador Dushagun is unavoidably absent today, attending to some pressing engagements. In the meantime, Fares will be your anchor. So sit back, relax, and let's journey together into the accurate connection revolution. Before I bring up our honorable spokesperson, Madam Colette, I'd quickly like to say that in our fast-paced world where borders are shrinking and distances are bridged in milliseconds that reaches the heart, aligns with purpose, and drives real transformation. Whether you're Tokyo or Toronto, we all crave the same thing: to connect deeply, truthfully, and meaningfully. Accurate connection isn't just communication, it is understanding. It's not just networking, it is alignment. And this is the core of true impact in leadership. Learning to hand over the baton to our OOM collect. All right, over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hello,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Can you
Hello,
hear
ma'am.
me?
I can hear you. Dr.
Okay.
Mary, please, can you hear her very well?
Network is being an issue here. Can you hear me
No, I
now?
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, no,
I,
we can hear you. Go
Yes,
ahead, man. I can hear you loud and
I
clear,
can't.
man.
yes, ma'am.
Can you hear
Yes,
me? Can you all hear me
ma'am.
now?
Yes,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear
you,
you.
but
Go ahead,
it's
man.
Yeah,
but
network is being an issue.
okay, go
I don't
ahead,
know.
ma'am.
Okay. Good evening again. Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. This is Accurate Connection uh, Revolution. We I dive quickly by standing on all the existing protocols, all the well wishing, and all the best of our heartfelt gratitude to Ambassador Adekunle and his dear wife and every member of this team, all Clusterians. I welcome you all on board. Today, I want to delve into something that we sort of ignore, because before you reach out to the world, before you meet people, before you thrive, there's something in you that gives you that leverage. There's something in you that propels you like the driving force to be able to go out there, reach out, impact, empower, and thrive and do well. And today we're delving into it, and the topic is the unfriendly voices. These unfriendly inner voices, these voices are not voices spoken, they are not your voice. They are not the voice of our moderator. They are not the voice of Mommy Odedare. They are not the voice of your family members. They are your own inner voice individually. This voice, I sometimes tell people, if you don't drown that voice, you might find your dreams being drowned. That voice never speaks well. It's the moment you set out to say, this is your plans, this is what you have laid out. That voice comes to say, no, you can't. I don't think you are there yet. Are you not looking at the world? Are you not looking at the big time tech people? Are you not looking at that family? Are you not looking at what that woman is doing? Are you not looking at her school? Are you not looking at that one's business? How will you thrive? How will you succeed? That voice, first of all, defeats you before the actual thing comes in. It's so negative and it doesn't speak well. It's a voice in us. It's a voice that tells you you are not there yet. You are not ready yet. You need to do this. You need to be here. You don't need to talk to this. You cannot amount to anything. It's an inner voice. That voice, if you don't take control, I always tell people, switch on your power control force button. The power control force button is your ability to be in charge of your thoughts, to be in control of you, to look at yourself and square up to say, no, that this inner voice tells me this or that, I must forge ahead. We must learn to defeat that voice in us. We must learn to speak positively to us before we get out there. That's why you find many people, they tell you they are determined. They want to do this, they want to do that. I have the vision, I have the dream, I have the capability, I have the capacity. And at the end of the day, they don't deliver because that inner voice is the bane. That inner voice is the barrier. That inner voice has already defeated them. They are self-determined, but there's confusion. So we must look at all this. We must have a very holistic approach to all this, where you have to tame your mental thoughts, where you have to be in control of your mind, when you have to be in control of yourself, and when you have to build your confidence level. You don't have to be afraid to walk on pebbles. You dare to conquer. You seek advices and counseling and get help where necessary. Don't push aside that inner voice that is in sympathy with you. I mean, you have a dream to set up a business, and the first thing the inner voice tells you, you don't have the money. And when you conquer that, the inner voice tells you which of these banks now will give you money. And by the time you go through those negative thoughts, you find out that that business or what you have set out to do will just remain on the shelf of life forever. That's why some people don't, they have tall dreams, they can speak it, they can tell you how big their dreams are, they can tell you how tall their dreams are, they can tell you everything about their dreams. But when it comes to implementation, you see them fall back, you see them go away, you see them shift seats, you see them not wanting to even dare to try. But you start wondering, that young man has some very beautiful blueprints. He's written out his plans very well. Why is he not implementing them? He's not implementing them because he has not switched on his power control force button. That reshapes all his thoughts. He becomes open to sharing ideas and researching because the inner voice is a stopper. It will not allow you to even discuss with your neighbor or your friends or your colleagues. It's just there in you. That I call that voice an unfriendly voice. An unfriendly voice, sometimes we find them. You want to travel. All of a sudden, that inner voice will tell you tune on TV, and when you tune on TV, you start hearing, oh, one plane crashed, oh, one vehicle went under the train. Negative, 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 negative. How do we erase this inner voice? It's there in us. We can reshape that inner voice. We can rechannel that inner voice. That's why I said you must be in control. You must be your driver. You must be your motivator. You must be your mentor. You must be somebody who can beat down any thoughts, because those thoughts are not encouraging. Those thoughts takes you back. Those thoughts put you under your own self cage, your own prison, that you are imprisoned by your thoughts. You are imprisoned by the dreams you have. You find out that you can't bet them forth. Your visions. So, how do we conquer this inner voice? We do by having to stay positive, by having to tell yourself, squaring up that whatever it takes me to do, I will do. The inner voice, it's very deadly. If you allow it to take over your life, you find out that your thoughts are not healthy thoughts. You are with people, you all are laughing, you are playing, but there's a thought that tells you, hey, it just comes and it stokes fear into you. Hey, that person you are standing with, be careful. He's going to lure you into this. He's going to. We all have self resistance. That is the power of God that He has given to mankind. You can say no, you can say yes. You can be so determined that nothing takes you back. There are people, when they set out and they tell you they want to do this, no matter the odds out there, no matter what they tell you that is happening in their society, it's happening in their country, they'll tell you, excuse me, they'll tell you, I will get there. Excuse me. They don't want to look back. They want to go forward. They never want to look at the odds of life. Because if we look at life today, if we look at what is happening today, some of us will be on our beds. Some of us will not want to step out. Some of us will not want to do anything because the news out there feeds this inner voice. What do you feed yourself with? Do you feed yourself with inspiring things? Do you feed yourself with things that are worthwhile, lovable, things that are pure? You feed yourself with positivity of life. You feed yourself with the negatives. It all depends on what you feed yourself with. If you feed that inner voice negatively, I bet you will not want to leave the comfort of your home. Even your bed will be afraid to lie you. Even your house will be so doubted that you don't want to stay. It becomes a mental thing. It becomes a psychological thing. It becomes something that would throw you off balance. So, how do we overcome all this? We can overcome them by reshaping our thoughts, coming out to mix with realistic people, making sure that our thoughts are well fed and healthy. We can have unhealthy thoughts. And guess what? When you have unhealthy thoughts, it does affect the body, it does affect the brain, it does affect every part, and it will affect every strata of your life. So we must have healthy thoughts for us to be able to break even, for us to be able to go out there and weather the storms. These storms that are out there, they are storms not meant to drown us. They are storms not meant to uh, take us through the roller coaster of life. They are storms. There are some storms that are yet very challenging, but when you go through them, on the other side, the grass is green. On the other side, you thrive, you soar, you soar like the eagles. So we must be determined in our thoughts. We must be determined by where we find ourselves, the class of people, the class of gathering, the where you get your informations. There are a lot of junk informations out there. It's all out there just to stoke fears. It's all out there just to make man run helter skelter. Some people are just good at, I mean, they are, I said these people are the employees of the negative inner minds. They just come out there, they tell you, hey, don't go out today. I read this, I read that. Oh, Nigeria, they are at a breaking point. They have formed another political party. Oh, this is happening. These are all not healthy for a nation that wants to thrive. These are not healthy for a people that wants to thrive, a people who want to break barriers and move forward. So we must be careful where we find ourselves, the group of people we mix with, the people we tell our dreams to, the people we share thoughts with. We must be careful and we must be able to take command, take charge of that inner voice in us, because I can be in the midst of three bad women who they are just specialists in carrying bad news. But if my thought is positive, if the inner voice in me tells me, hey, don't listen to them, talk to them, square up and tell them the truth, you'll find out that they will surrender and they will submit. So please, in the midst of all our struggles, in the midst of the roller coaster of the world, in the midst of the fragility of the world, in the midst of all the chaos, let us stay strong. Let us stay with the mind that is positive. Let us feed ourselves with the rightful foods. Our thoughts should be fed well. The kind of people we sit down with, the kind of people we collect informations from. These are people who are within and without. These are people around us. These are people we meet every day. We meet them out there. We meet them. All they just do is, I label them as carriers of bad news. All they just want to tell you is, oh, this is happening. This is not happening. You dare not even tell them, especially when it has to do with the anatomy of your body. You tell somebody, oh, I'm not feeling well. Oh, they tell you, oh, are you sure you don't have COVID? Are you sure you don't have cancer? Are you sure? They begin to tell you all sorts. And the moment the inner voice that is very unfriendly in us, the moment the wave of that discussion is picked, the body starts enacting them. The body will start reacting. We react easily to stories that are negative than we react to positive stories. A story is told to you is negative. The first thing it does is it goes right into that section where the inner voice resides. That inner voice resides in us. I always tell people it's the devil in the human form in us. If we give it an opportunity, it takes over us. But if we shove that inner voice aside and begin to rechannel those thoughts, they'll take us to greater heights. So we must be very careful and we must be willing to erase as the thought comes. We are in control of our thoughts. We are in control. I mean, the driver who drives a vehicle is the one in charge. He knows how to speed up. He knows how to slow down. He knows when there's speed bumps ahead. He knows when there is none. He knows when the road is murky. He knows when the road is hydroplaned. He knows all that by his control. When he's the master of the steering. So that is how our inner voice, our inner thought is. We are the master. It's what I tell my inner voice that my inner voice obeys. Even if the inner voice sometimes throws negativity at us and I tell the inner voice, shut your mouth. I dare to be different. I will not allow this pull me down. I will not allow that pull me down. I will stand strong. We can always defeat that inner voice. We can always speak to that inner voice. We can always tame that inner voice. We can always put that inner voice where that inner voice belongs. It belongs to the negative. We must not flow, because when you begin to flow with that inner voice, you begin to have setbacks. You just find out that your mates are moving forward, you are not moving forward. And once you are not moving forward, what do? That inner voice will now make you go out there and begin to hallucinate. You start telling people what is not. You start trying to feed them with what it's not out there. You start telling stories that will just go on and on and on to stoke nothing but fears, to stoke nothing and whip up sentiments, wrong sentiments that will not take us nowhere. Let us look at our country today. Half of the things that is happening to Nigeria today are the things we have used our mouths. We are so negative in our thought. We are so negative about Nigeria. We just feel that Nigeria will not be good again, but Nigeria will be good again. Global clusters makes me believe that Nigeria will be good again, because the vision of one man is to bring everybody together. Instead of EndSARS, instead of strikes and riots, we can sit down on a table and resolve conflicts. We can dialogue. We can go from house to house, reaching out to our neighbors and our friends. We can, with our thoughts, change Nigeria. We can, with our actions, change Nigeria. So, are we not on the plane or on the path of history? Global clusters is at the threshold of history, trying to break those barriers, trying to make the youth of Nigeria know that it is not by going to the street, it is not by going out there to help a disgruntled politician, or it is not about going out there to go and begin to allow yourself to be used for no reasons. That we can undermine all that and overprice the pride of our nation, Nigeria. Nigeria can make it. We all can make it. We all can be part of that nation building. We all can profile solutions. We all can have our hands on deck. We can start like we are doing in global clusters now. A time will come, youths of Nigeria will be part of government, governance, will be their presence in the National Assembly will matter, will mean, and will be well appreciated. That time is coming. We all know that Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know that Nigeria is endowed with so many beautiful things. We all know that we are so rich, we are so diverse. When you talk of brains, when you talk of people, when you talk of intellectuals, when you talk of people who can work hard, Nigerians are hardworking people. We can go out there and change the world. So let us begin to prepare ourselves, because for Nigeria to be good, for Nigeria to be the Nigeria that other nations will pride around, it has to start with our thoughts. What do you think about your nation? What do you think about? Because what you think about your nation is what you think about yourself. Are we proud of our leaders, good or bad? We should be proud of them, because it's not easy to govern uh, three people, even from the same womb, let alone govern a nation as big as Nigeria. So we must start by ourselves. What does my inner voice tell me? Is my inner voice always positive towards my thoughts? Is my inner voice always willing to accept what it is? Is my inner voice a voice of reckoning or a voice that is drowning? Please, let us do a soul searching today. Let us search out because we all have it. I mean, that's the truth. It's the human factor. It's how we were made. The good, the bad, the evil, they all thrive together. But when we now become the sieve of life, we decide to now start sieving the good from the bad, then what is left is what takes us ahead, what raises us, and what makes us. So we must be that sieve. We must learn to know that the purpose of what we are called is not a purpose of negativity. It is a positive purposes. We were made. We were made to break grounds. We were made to create. We were made to excel. We were meant to love. We were meant to be stars that shines bright in darkness. That was what we were made for. We are not made for darkness. We cannot live in the dark. We want to have that light. And the only way to have that light is to tell yourself today, I must learn to be positive. I must learn to motivate myself. I must learn to be my own self-inspirator. I must learn to reshape my thoughts. And I must learn to align with the right people, with the right. I would ask each and every one of us, excuse me, I want one of us to do an examination of ourselves. You can call yourself by doing that. What are your thoughts about your future? What are your thoughts about your present, the now? What are your thoughts about your yesterday? What are your thoughts about your today? What are your thoughts looking at? Are these thoughts that you can open it to say, yes, I have good thoughts. I can implement them. I can run with these ideas. I can deliver. Or you are in a world where you have been defeated with negative thoughts. I can never make. Oh, I'm a failure. You not started your calling yourself a failure. You've not done it already saying you carried the loads of life. You're already saying, oh, those loads are too heavy. I cannot put. There's
Sorry,
nothing
sorry,
that
ma'am.
man.
Hold on a second. Sorry, ma'am. Hold on a second. Someone needs to mute. Sorry, ma'am. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Please go
Can I
ahead,
go
ma'am.
ahead? Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. There are some people, they have not even started life. They are already telling you, oh, I don't think I'll ever, oh, the family I come from. Oh, do you know that? Oh, nobody has made it. Nobody, it's just a story in the negative shelf. But if you pick up a story from the right shelf, you can write history. You can always ever be successful. I used to know a man, a young man. The thought of where he comes from was his biggest enemy, but he never knew it. All I kept hearing is, oh, in my family, nobody makes it. In my family, nobody. Today, that young man is doing so well in the military. He had to dewash his brain, his thoughts, his inner voice. And through that inner voice, he was able to attain the position where he is today. He's doing exceptionally very well. There are many people like that out there. Some will start and struggle. Some will tell you they cannot go forward. But all they just need is a push. So we have them around us. Some of us are what I am describing now. Our thoughts can beat us down. Our thoughts can take us up. Yes, I say, if you find yourself here and there, don't give up on yourself. Don't say, oh no, I cannot make it. The best things of life comes out from the worst things of life. I was reading a book by Max Lucado. He had a need to go to the hospital. And while he was there, he went because he was having, his heart was racing, was pacing like a sports clock. And he decided to go see a medical doctor. But when he got there, something reshaped his thoughts. Instead of thinking about the problem that brought him to the hospital to see the doctor, while they took all his x-rays and all that, he started looking at the pictures. He started looking at the degrees of the doctor, all the uh, medical degrees the doctor has had in his life. He started looking at all the awards. He started looking at everything. And all of a sudden, he just noticed that his breath became normal. He felt very normal. That's how some of us feel. Some of us, we're negative. We find ourselves, oh, I'm not feeling, no, I've been feeling this leg pain. And sometimes we go to the doctor, just met talking with the doctor. You find some of us telling the doctor that I feel okay, but the doctor has not given you any drugs. You've not done any test. All of a sudden, you feel okay and well. Because sometimes we need to talk to people. That is why we require mentors in life. That is why we require counselors. That is why we have elders who can they've been there before. Some people who can tell their stories. It's just that we live in a world where we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust to telling our stories because you are afraid. You don't know what A will say when I tell A that throughout my education, I did not come out with a good grade. That does not stop your progress because God has his plan and purposes for us. The Holy Book says, don't give up on yourself. Be willing to talk to somebody. When you feel good, be willing to talk to somebody. When you have those inner voices ringing in your head, be willing to speak with a mental health personnel. Because sometimes those voices, when they get negative, they beat you down. You are so much in fears, you can't come out of your bed. You start having depression. You start struggling with yourself. You become suicidal. You start thinking the negative, the negative. Hey, I talked to somebody today. We're all in it. If you find yourself in what I am discussing after this section, don't hesitate to call Mr. Fares. Don't hesitate to call Mommy Odedari. There are people around you. Speak up. Tell them how you feel. You can get help. Help can come. Please, don't allow those inner voices take over you. That is why I use the word. You switch on your PCF. Your PCF is your power control force. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my thoughts. I'm in charge of my actions. I'm in charge of what I put out there. So please, let us look at ourselves and begin to align our thoughts, because a vehicle that has good alignment moves straight ahead. But a vehicle that has terrible alignment, at the end of the day, will swerve off the road. Let us not be those ones whom God has created, and at the end of the day, you don't make it in life. We can all not have the time of arrival in every journey. The world we live in, our lives, we are all on a journey. You can start well and finish well. Anyhow, you can start slowly and still make the finishing point. We are all in it. Don't say, oh, I'm struggling. I don't know. I look at A. You don't know what A has gone through. That is why you should quit yourself. Never you compare yourself with anyone. You don't know his thoughts. You don't know what he thinks. You don't know his afflictions. So instead of thinking of A and B, we should be focused on how to conquer, on how to build our self-determination, on how to inspire ourselves, on how to inspire and prepare ourselves for the better of tomorrow. Are you a young boy? Are you a youth? You are out of school? You don't have anything doing for now? Please keep your thoughts straight. Your thoughts are the designers in you. Your thoughts are your tailors. If you give a good tailor a dress to design, that tailor designs it well. She becomes the best fashion designer. That is how our thoughts are. When we think well, our thoughts designs well for us. Our thoughts tailors out life's purposes for us. Let us live that purpose-driven life. There is more to life. The race is not for the swift. It's not for those who know how to, but is of whom God has compassion and mercy on. I mean, you can come from a very wealthy home, and in the course of life, you find out that the wealth your parents had isn't what you are enjoying. You are enjoying your own labor, your own sweat. So let us not look at what A is doing, look at what B is doing. Let us be focused. Let us be focused on the now. Let us be focused. Sometimes when you find out that life is throwing you, like they say, life is throwing you lemons, make lemonade. Let your thoughts be fed well. Let your thoughts be healthy. Let that inner voice in you speak good things. Begin to practice it. When the inner voice tells you you can't make it, tell that inner voice, shut your mouth. I'm in control. I have my CF. I have my PCF remote control. You can change the channel. You can change the view. You can change your mindset. You can recharge your psychological and physical energy, so that at the end of the day, your thoughts that comes out, or what your inner voice speaks, it's all about the positivity, the possibilities of life. There are more to life than what we see. Today is today. No one knows tomorrow. I speak right now to Mr. Fares. Mr. Fares can become a minister of youth, sports, and culture in Nigeria tomorrow. No one knows. Mommy Odedare is on this podcast. Who knows? She can be made the commissioner of education in Oyo State tomorrow. Who knows? Even I speaking with you and millions of people listening in. Destiny delayed can never be destiny denied. Know that what is written against your name will surely happen. But we have to think it out well so that in the course of our thoughts, we don't get drowned in the rivers of those inner voices that never delivers. Instead, is the opposite. So may we try as much as possible to live out all our goals. Set your goals. Be open about them. Be ready to share. Be ready to dream. Write down your visions. They will all happen. Don't begin to be a negative boxer, because if you are a negative boxer, you just box in the air. But if you are a positive boxer, you box your targets and the winner takes it all. So I want to advise each and every one of us today to go back, speak to ourselves first, because you must be the doctor of yourself today. You must be able to heal before you can become a healer. You must be able to dream a dream true before you become a dreamer. You must be able to, conceive a dream before you become a dreamer. No one sets out for a purpose and return with the negative. No matter what it is, tell yourself, I know I can make it. No matter what it is, speak positively into our nation, Nigeria, that yes, Nigeria might be where Nigeria is today, but in the future of our children, even in the future of our generation, Nigeria can become the envy of other nations. We are blessed. We are endowed. We are rich. We are a people, a happy nation, no matter what it is. That is what we are known for in the world. Everywhere a Nigerian goes, he thrives. Educationally, we thrive. Business-wise, we thrive. In creativity, we thrive. In culture, we thrive. Trust me, we do. And we love ourselves. So let us love Nigeria. Let us love ourselves. Let us learn to think positively for possibilities to happen. We can only make that happen when we reshapen our thoughts, when we align our thoughts, and when we rechannel our thoughts. So it takes it all. It takes me and you to work together so that humanity on its own can thrive. Humanity cannot thrive on negativity. Humanity cannot thrive in wrong inner voices. Humanity can only thrive through the eyes of positive lenses. So I would yield back and allow other submissions, because today we are going home. We are going back to rethink, to restructure our thoughts, to restructure whatever dream and purposes we have, they will surely happen. These dreams will surely come true. The young child out there today can become the first lady of tomorrow. The young boy out there today can become the president of Nigeria. There's no barrier. There's no stopping us. The sky is no longer the limit. So, if you dream, dream your dreams. Bet your dreams. Don't allow that voice to deceive you. Give it a try. Whatever you are trying, if you've tried and tried and tried and tried, keep trying. As long as you have breath in you, keep trying. Don't call yourself a failure. Don't rule out your life and hang it on the negative shelf. Be positive about your thoughts and try and do well. Pray and know that no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you will make it. So, thank you, fellow clusterians, for listening in. Thank you, Clusterian Fares, for being an able moderator today. God bless you
Thank you.
all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. Um, that's the voice of the 001 Accurate Connection. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
And right about now, we have about 5 minutes to the end of today's meeting. But like we normally do, it will not be very nice if we end this meeting without getting submission from people. Um, Thank you very much, ma'am. The topic you mentioned, the unfriendly voices, and you have to deal with your own voice. It's not even about what your neighbors are saying. It's not about what your friends or what your friend is saying. It's about you, about you. You have to deal with you. And you need to sync those bad voices uh, and switch on your power control button. You already told us that you have to be in charge of your inner voice. That is, you have to continue to speak positively. You have to continue to speak positively and tame your mental thoughts, build your confidence level. The negative inner voice is a stopper. If you allow that negative voice, if you let it sit, if you give it room, if you entertain it, it will stop you. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I would like to quickly ask that Ambassador Abosedeko, in a minute, ma'am, please. In a minute, kindly unmute and enlighten us, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, Cloterian Fares. Good evening, Ma, Mommy Colette. I want to greet everybody this evening, and I want to say a big congratulations to all of us on the just concluded 1 year anniversary. Cloterian Fares, I hope you followed us live. I pray that when next we're having the second year anniversary, all of us will be together, probably in Turkey, by God's grace. Hi, mommy. Thank you so much, ma. This evening, you spoke to my heart, mommy. I mean, at the time, you were practically talking to my heart. I never knew that this issue mommy spoke about this evening. I never knew it's a problem because it happens to me too. you know we just have to deal with it. Sometimes, especially these days now, that plane are falling, plane are crashing, plane are you see, I'm so, like, sometimes to even say I want to enter plane to Abuja, I'm so scared. Like, this one that plane I just, but let me wait. And it's a very big it's a big issue mommy's touch this evening. I actually think we need to deal with our fear. We need to deal with our fear. There are some inner enemies. There are some inner enemies that doesn't want us to progress in life. And then some of these things are being in foundation, ma. It has been foundational. See, let me tell you, I remember while I was young, I was always afraid to sleep alone. I nobody no, I would go and sleep with my mom. It would look like my shadow was pursuing me. Then I right there while somebody was in primary two, primary one, and you find that as time went by, if not for God, those inner fear, inner thinking, something that is fear is just the false expression against reality, false expression against reality. Fear about something is something that is not even existing. Like mommy said, some people when they are traveling, they're just scared because of what is happening. But in the recent, they will still go and come back. So why have you not asked yourself, why how did I now go and come back? So that means there is a God that guides you. That means there is an angel of God that goes with you everywhere. So the opposite of that fear is your faith. Believing in God, His words, His protection, His words of protection, His words of guidance. Some people they are afraid to start a new business. They are afraid of failure. Some people are afraid of heights. They cannot climb heights. Some people are afraid of traveling. Some are afraid of taking risks. Some they are afraid of facing crowd to utilize their talent. So we need to come out of our shell. We need to know that we should own our mind. I can't remember how mommy the acronym mom gave that, but I think we need to know that we own our mind, we own our heart. We are the mastermind of our own thoughts. We need to grab our thoughts. We need to be in control. We need to be strong over our thoughts. So when negativity comes, we need to negate it with the power of God, with the word of God, and with words of encouragement, and with words from our mentors like Mommy Colette. And so, what mommy has taught us today, I'm going to listen to it again and again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep it permanent and I'm going to send it to my children. And I myself am going to be listening to it because I think I've never had it for over a decade. And so, I've been looking for such somebody to tell me this. So, for what mommy has said tonight, mommy, I give you kudos and I pray God will continue to increase your wisdom. Please, let's take over our hearts. That is when we can succeed. That is when we can overcome challenges. That is when things of life cannot put us down. Many people ought to be presidents, they ought to be governors, they ought to be captains of industries, they have to be good entrepreneurs, professionals, they have to be trade people, successful people, they have to be great educators, but they cannot because of the fear of the unknown, because of what will happen to me, because of how do I do it, because of this and that. And at the end of the day, most of these things you can overcome if you are bold and strong. And please, let's take over our hearts. God bless you, mommy. Thank you, Fares. God bless you all. Thank you, mommy.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Ambassador Abosede Cole. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I'm so glad that you're sharing your experience with us. You just told us that what she told us is something you two have been is something you have encountered or experienced, and now you have learned, you have heard something that will help you along that line. Thank you very much, ma'am. And finally, I would like Dr. Mary Odedzari to share her thoughts with us. Thank you, ma'am. In 2 minutes, ma'am. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Mary Odedari. Dr. Mary, please, can you hear me, ma'am? The network, I guess. Okay. Hello, Dr. Mary. Can you hear me, ma'am? Mm, okay. I saw others the other time, like Cluster and Joshua Vose. I saw Empress Debbie, but I guess the network has thrown them out. All right. I think at this juncture we should draw the curtain, and please, those that will be watching later on, um, just ensure that you take your time. If you didn't join us from the beginning, you have the link there, you have the platforms there, our social media handles. So just look it up again. Just look for a very good time, you know, sit back, relax, and enjoy every bit of the information there. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to say that we are very grateful to our ambassador, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus, in absentia. We know you're very, very busy with meaningful things, and we understand that. And thank you very much. And I want to thank Mommy Colette. Thank you very much, ma'am. You have blown our minds like positively. I was just thinking I was saying to myself, if we give you 2 hours, you will just keep, you will continue. You don't get tired. The energy is there, the passion, everything is there. Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing insights and all that with us. And right now, I want to ask, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals, rising technocrats, emerging entrepreneurs, and visionaries united by one mission: to share accurate knowledge that empowers our industries and transforms our future. Why do we exist? Because accurate information is power. It is the bridge between where you are and where you are destined to be. Because authentic connection matters. Who you are connected to determines the opportunities you access and the heights you reach. We are not just another social media platform. This is more than video calls, stories, follows, and likes. This goes beyond buyers and sellers. It's bigger than that. Yes, we speak the languages of the world, including our indigenous voices, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, but our purpose runs deeper. Now, beyond instant monetization lies something greater: a global nation building platform built on 7 revolutionary concepts. We are here to restore and elevate where to Nigeria and Africa as a whole. The global clusters. This is Africa's answer to the world. A platform ready to host over 1 billion clusters, information, and connection at scale. Finally, this is not an accident and it is immovable. Thank you very much. I remain Fares. Bye for now.